All right. What's good, y'all? Now, see, Cedric, you misunderstood what I'm saying. I guess the name of the lab is misleading. When I say who is Breeze, I'm not saying it's somebody else. Basically, I'm implying his character and like who he actually was. Because I'm starting to hear a lot of these theories saying things like, "Oh, he was like what Orange is saying right now that he's an undercover cop and all that." And I don't know, me personally, don't know where that came from. Like, if y'all know, you can definitely enlighten me, and I can do some research. What's up, Hezekiah? How I feel about Tariq and Tommy spinoff? Well, I think it's gonna be good for sure. I would love if some kind of way Ghost can be in it as well. Um, um, and that's part of what we were gonna discuss, and in this live here. That's actually the first topic. Um, the spinoff that was confirmed with Tommy and Tariq. Okay, give me a. One second to bring this up. The tough for my talking point. So yeah, we're gonna focus on legacy first. It's like my image will not come up right now. It's crazy. Let me read what he said though. I told Buckets to reach out to you. I don't know if he did or not. Yeah, yeah. He commented. He commented on one of the videos, the last one. He told me that I need to start watching The Shy because he said it's been pretty good this season. I told you to research a pig. Only a pig is smart and strong, and not smart. That's a pig on a farm, and that same pig released in the wild. Huh. But still though, what does that have to do with Breeze being an undercover cop? That's what still don't make sense to me. I'll let you. I'll tell you where it started. Your boy Nate Almighty, Nate, your boy Nate actually was the first with the theory during the middle of season 4. Then that wild boy Fair Play expanded on that theory at the end of the season. So basically, Fair Play started stealing, started ear hustling and stealing. Guys, because I was like, bro, I don't know. I think the first of I heard, I think he may have said something about this a month ago, but I didn't really just touch on it, really pay much of attention of it. But I was like, where the hell is this shit coming from? Yeah, some people are rolling with their theory, but I'm leaving it alone. Bree's introduction was dirt. Could have been 10 years for nothing. I don't know. I know a lot of people kind of, saying stuff about the introduction and stuff like that. But I mean, I asked a lot of people, how would you have liked to see him being introduced because basically they just wanted to give us a introduction. I kind of feel like season 4, well, I know for sure season 4, the whole season was a build-up season. So more than likely, season 5 is probably going to be the best season yet that we ever seen. Hold up. You know, Fair Play stayed throwing rocks and hiding his hands for sure. That's how Snaps and Pop described Breeze. Snaps said Breeze was very smart. Kanan said Breeze was strong but not smart. I get where you're going with it. I can see it a little bit. But you got to think about it, though. Judging by the description that Kanan gave us himself, that kind of didn't align with each other, with him saying that, you know, Breeze was strong but not smart, but he loved Jeopardy. You don't typically, you know what I'm saying, see people that loves Jeopardy but not smart. Only smart people really would be fond of Jeopardy. So how I take it is he was referring to his moods in the streets, like, you know, becoming too predictable. Because that not just with the streets, but with anything. If you stay too old school and want to stick to your own same game plan and stuff like that, and not willing to adapt, eventually time is going to, you know, leave you behind. So I think he was referring to him being stuck in his ways more so than the reason why that he's saying that wasn't smart, opposed to him just not being a smart person. He the Drake of YouTube. So that means Tariq makes an appearance in season 3 of Force. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we all kind of knew that was going to happen anyways, but you know, they just basically was confirming it for us. I agree. Season 5 would be fire. Season 4 was the build up. Yeah, he probably not really street smart. I was kind of thinking that Hezekiah, but like it wouldn't make sense for him to like. Maybe that's what it is. That could very much be the case. He wasn't very street smart. Like he was smart as hell and everything else, you know, able to calculate stuff and stuff like that, but he didn't know certain things on the streets that don't align. Cause and I'm gonna even say this, Orange, this kind of aligns with your cop theory. You know, a lot of cops, they might be smart. They might be smart, but they not smart when it comes to the streets. Like, for instance, you remember in book 2, Ghost, when Tariq wouldn't snitch on Kane because Cooper Sachs was trying to get Tariq to just tell them who was responsible for, you know, putting the badge in his dorm room and setting him up. But Davis McLean was telling him, this is streets. This is streets. You don't really get how it works, but you can't do that. So maybe, you know, Breeze was super smart when it came to everything else, book sense and stuff like that. But certain stuff when it comes to the streets, he made mistakes on. So I'll give you a little bit of, I'll say it's a possibility for, since that was Nate's theory, I'll give that a little bit of a possibility, but I don't know. I don't think they made that nigga a cop. But if they did, then maybe that's what gave Jukebox the idea of being a cop. How is Breeze gonna get everybody killed? What mafia rule? Because the whole okay. So look, I'm gonna get into that. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and I guess I'll do it out of order since everybody's so stuck on this Breeze thing. I'll do that. Then I'll bring up legacy. We'll discuss legacy. Give me a second. Let's go ahead and since that's the hot topic right now, we'll go ahead and discuss that now. So your boy Breeze. What's good, DeMarcus? Good. I see you came back. So basically, what we're discussing right now, we're discussing Breeze potentially being an undercover cop. So basically, he was a dirty cop that they're saying that he's a dirty cop that basically, was running the business. There was a major drug trafficker in the streets. Another thing that kind of makes me go against this particular theory that was put out there is you saw how Kanan was when Jukebox was talking to him about, he can help her, she can help him and stuff like that. And he was like, and then he said, "You ain't black no more, you blue." So that means Kanan was very much against working with the cops. Looked like it by any means. So why would he say that to Jukebox if he knew, Breeze, who he said openly said was a good friend of his? Why would he, be against that? Why would he be so against Jukebox being a cop if Breeze was a cop? Kind of don't make sense to me. How is he's gonna get it? So you said how is Breeze gonna get everybody killed? What mafia rule causes? What mafia rule causes the whole crew to get killed? Well, that could be a couple of things. That could be, the moves he could have done that could have been getting everybody killed. Could have be it could be just him putting them up in a war against somebody in a war that they just simply couldn't win. Like maybe they had beef with the mafia or something like that because of some kind of conflict. And he's like, "We ain't laying down. We're gonna do it." Pretty much the same mistake we seen Rock make, and the same mistake that, well, actually, Tommy didn't make this mistake. He was about to make this mistake. If you remember, he was about to send his crew up against the Jimenez cartel, and knowing good damn well he couldn't win that. Like he was trying to get the Russians involved so that they can help him, but Jason said he's not getting involved. So with that being said, he basically was putting them in a war that they couldn't win, but Ghost stopped it. Remember, so perhaps Breeze was about to put them in the same type of shit, like put them in a war against a mob that he knew they couldn't win against. But just to be able to say, we ain't getting bitched by nobody or something like that. But in actuality, it's ego talking. And Rock was doing the same thing when she was trying to move into Jersey. And look what happened. So that's what I think it is to answer that question. I know that was kind of long, but that's what I believe it is. Should add 11 episodes of season 4 of Raising Canaan because episode 1 was a flashback episode. Owens Ghost said he was in the way of his future. Yeah, he said both of those things, though. He said he was in the way of his future and he was going to get us all killed. He said he was in the way of their future because in episode 10 of season 6 and in season 5, episode 7, or it may have been 8, actually, the same episode Kanan was taken out. It was, I want to say it was 7, though. He told he told Tariq that Breeze was a bad mother effer. He was gonna get us all killed. I can't wait to see Young Ghost and Tommy next season. I wonder who's gonna catch. Yeah, I agree. But a lot of people are believing that it's going to be the same people that was part of the promo at the end of season 6, but I seriously doubt it's going to be them. Hopefully, we get John Mark and Tamika Washington in Power Legacy. I don't really care too much about Tamika, but I did like John Mark. John Mark that nigga was raising hell up in the streets. So I agree with you on him. To be honest, Breeze is still a mystery. The quick introduction didn't really answer any questions. That's why they will be more wild theories and speculation until season 5. That's true, Cedric, and I think they did this on purpose because they wanted, more mysteries to be said about him, Breeze, because that's good for the ratings of folks, throwing out more theories. Like all of us YouTubers that does pirate content, it brings more attention to the show, more viewers. Breeze could get everyone unalived in the trend beef. I thought about the trend beef as well, DeMarcus, but I think that can't be true because let me go ahead and highlight that so people can know what we're talking about. I think the trend beef is not what it was because Ghost, judging by what he said in season 1, the trend beef took place while Kanan was in jail, and we know Kanan went to jail long after. Breeze was already dead, so I don't think it was the trend beef. It probably was something else, maybe something dealing with the mob or something. It's what I want to say it is. But hey, it could be something else. But if I had to bet on it, that's what I would say it is. Something dealing with the mob. Ghost killed Breeze in high school, and he wasn't listening to his father staying on the right track. So Ghost future back then was being a drug dealer. So how was Breeze in the way of Ghost's future? That's another good one. I'll go ahead and address that. So when he was saying that Breeze was in the way of his future, I know I don't think he was talking about that with Breeze. His father was in the way of his future as a drug dealer. Breeze wanted him in the game, I'm pretty sure, because keep in mind, Breeze liked him. That's why he gave him the nickname Ghost. So more than likely, Breeze was probably in the way of his future the same way that Kanan was in the way of his future. And I'll explain that. So Kanan was in the way of Ghost's future because he didn't want to see the vision. Remember, Ghost met Kanan before he met Breeze. So, and also keep in mind, Ghost said that once his pops died, Kanan was there for him. So Kanan was like his father, like figure for him once his real father wasn't in the picture anymore, right? So that's the reason why he had so much love for Kanan that he couldn't kill him. But Breeze, on the other hand, like he said, he was a bad mother effer, and he was going to get them all killed. So he was like, yeah, he has to go. And like I said, keep in mind, he was the head of the organization. So that's how he was in the way of his future. Ghost probably the same plan that he wanted to get Kanan to go through with, but Kanan wouldn't listen to him. Remember Kanan in episode 9 of season 2 said Ghost and Tommy kept coming around to me with some stuff I wasn't down with. Remember he said that. That was the plan that Ghost wanted to get Kanan on board with, but Kanan didn't want to go with it. And I believe he had that same plan with Breeze. So he was thinking, if I get Breeze out of the way, I'm closer with Kanan. So I may can convince Kanan to go this route. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to get Kanan to do it as well. But like he said, quote, I loved you like a brother. In episode 6 of season 4, I loved you like a brother. I wasn't going to kill you. So he sent him to jail. There's your answer. I don't think Jukebox was too fond of Breeze. Hey, you could be right about that. We didn't really. We never heard Jukebox mention Breeze at all. So we don't even know if she even hung out with them during that time. So that's a huge mystery that I really can't touch too much on. And honestly, I really haven't put too much thought into it. No, I didn't mean Nate was the first to speculate about Breeze being on Undercover Cop. Nate was the first to speculate someone else will be Breeze, but Unique will take him out and take his name. Oh, I got you. Okay, Nate be having some crazy shit sometimes. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. There ain't nobody taking that. Breeze is Breeze. The fact that somebody's gonna take him out and take his name, like I said this in the last live actually. There is no way you're gonna cast Shamik Moore to play Breeze just to have Joey Badass, who is even though he is a good actor, but he's not the same class of actor as Shamik Moore. Have him take him out to take over his name as Breeze. There's no way they're doing that. That's just crazy. Fair Play then piggybacked on that theory and elaborated further on it. Okay. Breeze is probably a narcissist. As smart as he is, he might not care for sacrificing his pawns if it means being successful. You know what, bro? I can see something like that. And the reason why I'm gonna agree with you, bro, is because keep in mind what is the same image that we have here that I got up here. What did he say to Cannon? He said, Snaps told me that you about your business. And if we agree on that, we agree on everything. So basically he's telling you that business is always gonna come first, no matter what the circumstances are. I don't care if that's your best friend. I don't care if that's your daddy. I don't care if that's you know what I'm saying? If he in the way of business, he gotta go. And y'all go ahead and put me on the record. I said this before and I'm gonna say it again today. I believe Breeze was involved in Ghostfather's death. And I think Kanan necessarily wasn't in on that. I think it was Breeze, but it wasn't I think I'm gonna make a video about this too. Let me go ahead and make a note of this. I'm gonna make a video on this because I think that Breeze, like I said, just got to saying, Breeze is always gonna put business first. So this is how I'm gonna see this going out. Y'all can hear it first, and I'm gonna make a separate video to further break it down. But basically, I think when it comes to this, because I'm sure a lot of us curious of this, and we talked about it before on this live, on another live at least. Business first. Remember, Snaps and Pop is the one that's responsible for the deaths of Famous and Crystal. So, with that being said, I believe that once Kanan finds out that it was Snaps and Pop responsible for, his friend Famous dying and Crystal dying, Kanan is going to be furious about it. Kanan is going to be a big earner to Breeze. So he's going to tell Breeze, look, your uncle and your auntie did some foul play and they got to go for that. And Breeze is going to see them as being a threat to his paper stacking. So he's going to be like, you know what? Let's go ahead and get them out of the way. Why? Because like he said, if we agree on business, we agree on everything. So if that's getting in the way of business, then I don't care if it's my auntie. I don't care if it's my uncle. They have to go. And I believe he's going to use those same rules to apply with Ghost Dad. Remember, he said Uncle Gabe said Ghost Dad was trying to go to the cops. Going to the cops means bad for business. And I believe Breeze was like, if he's talking about snitching, he got to go. Ghost gave him that warning. The warning that he told Tariq about was what Kanan couldn't tell you, what Kanan didn't know, is that I gave Breeze one more chance to change his mind, and he didn't. I believe what he was trying to get him to change his mind about was taking out his father, and he didn't listen. So Ghost came and took him out. That's what I believe it was. I could be wrong on this, but I would say I'm 75% sure that's what it is. Because he's gonna stay on grid. So good. That's a very good comment, bro. Because like I said, I believe he don't care nothing about sacrificing people. Yes, because if it's in the way of business, then you gotta go. You're a pawn. Season 5 of Raising Kanan will definitely not be 8 episodes. I can guarantee you that. In fact, it might be longer than 10. They better cast the same white boy as Young Tommy. Why? Why you say that? I mean, I don't see why. Don't matter to me. The cartel is not the mafia. The mafia has rules. A undercover cop is your crew, gets everyone in the crew whacked. Even though the cartel and the mafia is not the same, it still doesn't matter. You don't want to go to war with a cartel. You don't want to go to war with the mob. Those rules stay the same. It doesn't matter if they're the same or not. How many seasons you think Origins gonna have? I believe. Or you say Origins. I was thinking of Legacy. Origins. If I had to guess on it, Origins would probably go 5. That's what I would guess. 5. That's a good point. I wouldn't be surprised if season 5 is short. No, it ain't. I'm telling you, it is not getting short. Guarantee you. Bree's first body will probably be unique. Right hand man Reggie. You talking about the dude that was in the shop that was telling the people that we got that special sauce right across the street that you want. Is that his name? No, Biggie's name is dang, I forgot his name, but no, it ain't Biggie. He ain't talking about Biggie. He's talking about Bree's first kill on screen. We haven't seen it. Well, he meant first on right, exactly. I think that Jukebox will manipulate Ghost and Tommy to eliminate Breeze. I don't know. That could be a possibility. I'm not gonna say no to it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kanan was the one manipulated Ghost to do it. We just know Juke wasn't too big on Ghost, right? Breeze lived in apartment 5D because he lived off a cop's salary, like absolute foolery. Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with him living off no cop salary, dude. You got drug dealers living in toe down apartments all the time, bro. They do that to keep discretion going on, so that folks won't draw attention with how much money they have. So it has nothing to do with that. You just making up stuff because you want your theory that you pushing to be true, which I'm not gonna say 100% that it's not, but I doubt it. Breeze will tell Kanan how to play chess and chop up bodies on the B&E game. I agree with that. I think it will be Breeze the one to teach him that. What do you think your boy Brian gonna do this season? Who the hell's Brian? Oh, he's talking. I'm guessing you're talking about BMF. Hopefully, we get the introduction to the RSK gang, and I would love that too. But it might come in Origins. If Breeze and Kanan making a lot of money, why would they be extorting Ghost Dad? Dude, if you ain't noticed that rich people are greedy yet, I don't know what to tell you. The same reason that niggas like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk sitting up on $600 billion, and they still want money, more and more money. They're greedy. A lot of rich people are cheap and greedy. B really could get caught in the crossfire. More than likely, yes. But hold on, DeMarcus. You mean to tell me your boy B really gonna go out like that? Do you think D Wid's brother will finally take out Lou? And what do you think will happen to Marvin? So if uh, if D Wid's brother, if Lulu don't turn out to be Ghost Dad, I know y'all gonna keep saying he ain't. Then I think it's a high possibility D Wid's brother will take him out. And Marvin, as far as Marvin, me personally, I can't see Marvin living. It's crazy, and I know we would love to see that, but I don't know. I can't see him living. Do you think D Wid's brother will finally take out? Hold on, I'm high on that one. I just read that shit. What your early death predictions for season 5? Because a lot of main characters might die. Okay, so that's something I actually was going to touch on too. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that now. Death predictions. Rock ass up out of here. Marvin ass up out of here. B real ass up out of here. Let's see who else. Who else is around? I think Unique is probably out. And probably some of Kanan's little small minions will also get either taken out or arrested because they got to they got to move the chessboard so that Ghost and Tommy can come around and be his new right hand man. So something has to happen to them as well. So as of now, off the top of my head, that's who I got. Not gonna lie, that would be a full circle moment for Lulu. Appreciate the love, King Carter. What's good, Marcus? Hey, you ain't lying. Nobody. I think he the only one that called me Jay, man. Really. I know Ronald called me Jay, but yeah, and I think Buckets called me Jay, but everybody else just say UAN or a nigga or something. But anyways, B really probably catch a body in season 5. Well, I hope so, judging by the description that they gave that nigga. Yeah, and someone gonna kill him for retaliation. Okay, could happen. I believe there would be an all-out war between Stefano and Russo, and that might be the connection to what Kanan told Dre and OG Power about shooting up. Like, I believe so too, Cedric. Because I've been waiting on that. I originally thought we was going to get that in season 3, but it didn't happen. So I was like, it definitely has to happen in season 4, and it still didn't happen. So it absolutely has to happen in season 5. Oh, Brian is B. Real. I forgot that my name is Brian. That's crazy. The white dude that played Young Tommy played a similar role because it's damn near perfect casting. I mean, it could be, but this is the thing that y'all got to remember. Remember that was originally put out in 2020. So basically that's 6 years ago. The people have grown, gotten older. Just saying, they probably will go with younger actors more than likely. Because keep in mind, during this time period, Ghost and Tommy supposed to be around 13 years old. You can't have niggas that look like they in their 20s playing 13-year-olds. So more than likely that won't be the case. I think that Tommaso will take out Marvin. It could be because you remember, I can't see him just doing that and letting it go. So it could happen like that. Hopefully Tony, Teresi, and Sammy is introduced. That'll be cool to see them too. Because you remember how they said they was the most vicious killers back in the day. So yeah. Did you notice Rock's final episode was similar to Gold's final episode with everyone hating her? Yeah. I remember I made a video about that. And then after I think in the recap or is a separate video, one of them I definitely highlighted that because they made Jukebox go against her. They made because Jukebox never had no ill intentions towards Rock until then, and then of course her and Marvin had their thing, and then Kanan of course, Unique, and then with Ghost it was Dre, Tasha, Tariq, Rashad, Paz. So yeah, it was pretty much the same thing. And then they both had one person that saw them for who they really were and were trying to, that didn't want nothing. And even Marvin didn't want nothing to happen to her, of course. But Lulu was the one that had to change of heart and notice, it wasn't what he thought it was, just like Tommy. Their predictions: Crank, Unique, Marvin, Stefano, and Rock. All right, DeMarcus, yours is close to mine. It's pretty close. It's yours close to mine. The only thing is, I don't know about Stefano. I think Stefano might go to jail instead of die. Marvin is taken out right in front of Juke, and it turns her into an absolute monster. Could be the case because something has to happen because we've seen her take a major leap this new season, this past season, but she's still not quite OG Jukebox yet. She like in the middle. So she got to get one more push. I wasn't trying to be funny or anything. Ever since I have been on here, been on the channel, that is what I have seen everybody call. No, you good, Marcus. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, folks have called me that for sure. No, he was just, cracking a joke about it. Sammy and Tony might be the ones to take out Marvin. Could be. Because I always felt like Marvin's death will be related to the mob. That's how I always felt since season 2, probably, that it would be the mob involved with it. Everyone would be sick if Crank dies in season 5, especially since people think that Crank is younger James St. Patrick. Nigga, the only one who's still holding on to that is Fair Play. What you do about people? Fair Play and his people that follow him. Why I feel like they gonna make the kid who found famous body ghost? Because remember, they don't have a name for him yet. It's just Weary Kid. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw that little nigga, I was like, damn, that might be Ghost. I did think that, but I kind of drifted away from that. But it wouldn't shock me if they made it him. But if I had to bet on it, I would say it's not. Your boy gonna have to stop predicting. I have to be some tough. SOBs to take out my yeah, for sure. You said fair play follow me? I mean, I don't know if he do or not, but more than likely he do because he do be stealing theories. If he got a burner account somewhere. I'll laugh my ass off if Crank catch a slug and that ain't ghost. Oh, it's gonna happen. Trust me. The way he took the L with the unique stuff, he gonna take an L with the Crank shit. I guarantee you that's happening. who will Rocks? Who will Rocks Connect work with if she dies? You ask me. Uh, that's a good question, but I would say it would have to be if he works with somebody. It would have to be Lou or somebody, Lou or Marvin. Marvin more than likely because Marvin actually met him, right? Marvin is the only one that they know of out that's part of, you know, or maybe Stefano will try to make a pitch to take over. That could happen too. Or he could just, you know, say forget it all together, and then whoever it is, Breeze Connect is, comes along. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, he absolutely does. Everybody knows he do it. Marcus don't know that fair play be stealing my theories. And fair play ain't gonna show. He ain't got no shame in the game. Whoever he see, got something at least plausible, halfway decent. He gonna go with it and make something out of it. But speaking of theories, bro, I gotta get on this nigga Alejandro though. This nigga Alejandro kind of out of his mind. Yeah, like for those of y'all that don't know who Alejandro is, that's a nigga. My last video that I made it, basically covering the fake leak. Yeah, that nigga tripping. Cause I don't seen some ridiculous theories of that nigga. And I actually messed with Alejandro to a degree. Like for a while, I was watching his stuff, but I was like, bruh, all right, you starting to get like ridiculous with this stuff. Like this nigga, the first one that I saw that I was like, okay, yeah, this is crazy. I, I think his first big theory that I seen, I was like, damn, bro, he right. Because this before I did my research. When he was trying to say that Ghost was alive, which I do share with him, but his reasoning of it is false. But anyways, he was basically trying to say that the gun that Tariq had that he got out of truth was different from the gun that Dre gave him, but that was actually not true. All it was the angles of the gun that was different. And I basically did a video highlighting that, showing that wasn't true. But then this nigga came out with another theory talking about ghosts was inside of the ambulance and you could see him, which was some bullshit. But I let that go too. But then this man had another ridiculous one. I think this is his most ridiculous theory he ever had. Was the one when this nigga was saying that basically he was saying that Demo was Breeze. And I was like, bro, come on. There's no way this nigga in a wheelchair is Breeze. And then now his most recent one, this alleged leak that Raquel are being killed by Kanan, which now I'm not saying didn't happen, but that leak that he's talking about absolutely isn't real. That's the only thing I disagree with Fair Play about is Ghost being alive. He be having some theories though. Nah, there's a lot of shit I disagree with Fair Play on. Like I always say, I respect Fair Play hustle because that nigga be on it, but that nigga be having some ridiculous theories that I be knowing for a fact be wrong, and I point them out, and he'll try to hide your comments. He gonna be punching the air when it turns out Crank ain't Ghost. He probably don't give a damn, to be honest with you. He know it's good for drawing attraction. That's why he's doing it. He's hoping that it's right, of course. But I doubt he's losing his sleep about it. He don't really give a damn. But he gonna have to hold it there. I think Lamar kills B Mickey. My bad, wrong show. So, I mean, it depends on if they follow the real story or not, because the real story, the B Mickey character is still alive today. So, I don't know. And also, Ghost said Angie's dad used to chase him out the store. That's something that this here is something that folks just came up with. Never said, this was never said. It was said that he chased him out the house, never out of a store. In fact, that was season 1. Season 1 episode. I want to say it was 6 that was said. Now I know because you be on all of the people who make power contact. Yeah, he do. That definitely ain't Rock Death Scene because that shit was terrible, bro. I mean, it was absolutely terrible, bro. It was so many flaws to that. I can't believe Alejandro tried to do that, bro. Like even the casuals should have known that was foul. But the crazy thing is, did y'all see the comments? What's up, Cortland? Did y'all see the comments on that video, bro? It was crazy. It was folks feeding into that shit. We see why Ghost killed Breeze just by seeing how he pulled up to meet Katie. Oh man. Stats and Bots say they already have a connect with transportation. I wonder who they connect is. Also, who was Branford's connect while he was running his business in East New York? That's a good question. And I'm starting to think maybe he lost his connect. The reason why he moved down to New York. Because why else would he do that? Move down to Queens. I mean, you already got your stuff up and running there. Why would you go to an unfamiliar territory and try to set up shop there? Unless you have a very good incentive to do so. So he could have possibly lost his connect, I'm guessing, and now he needs a new one. And keep in mind, although Pop did say they already had they connect. If that was the case, why do they need unique with and his horse connect if they already have one? Just saying. Meech about to teach Breeze the game in BML. This man. I don't think he killed but Kanan might have shot it for real. Oh, you talking about Rock. If Ghost killed Rock, oh my God. Can you imagine how much Kanan would have hated him? Seriously doubt Ghost did that. Because I don't think Kanan would be that cool with him if he was responsible. Jay Pusher killed his boy, and then pissed on him. Right. That was crazy. Crank and Ghost don't even have the same eye color. That's another major giveaway. This nigga got green eyes, bro. But that was worse than Tubi, bro. Tubi is bad, but I think we gotta put a little respect on Tubi now. I said he got a possibility. Then I went away from it. And that was in season 3 before that nigga was highlighted with all them blue eyes. Once he showed up for season 4, I said, okay, yeah, for sure it ain't him. I ain't gonna lie. I did say it's a possibility that it's him, but I ain't never go 10 toes down. This nigga be 10 toes down saying it's him. I said with them giving him that camouflage jacket, that it do seem like they could be giving us some clues that that's what it is. But I was more so saying that that young boy Tommy was Tommy, that little white boy was Tommy, than Crank being Ghost. That's what I said, and I can pull up the video and prove it. Can't wait to see that scene on Origins. Angela's father shakes and goes. Rakim is Snaps and Pops connect. The only way Rakim could be Snaps and Pop connect is if they was dealing business outside of New York. So I doubt it. I mean, who knows? Maybe Rakim was Breeze connect up in East New York. But keep in mind, he said that he refused to do business in East New York. So I don't know. Make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. It's good support. Do I still think Lou is Ghost Dad? Hell yeah. Until like I said, I'm pulling my boy Nate's move on that. And until I'm proven wrong, my theories are 100% true until proven wrong. Remember that Snaps and Pop was dealing with Joaquin. Was they? I don't remember that. When did that happen? You have to refresh my memory on that one. What do you think of Lou and B Willer would do with Pranessa? I mean, I think that's going to be based on what the outcome of Rock is. If Rock actually got shot, and let's just say, if Rock actually got shot and she leaves, and Kanan just flees the scene without anybody knowing what happened, and let's just say Rock does pass away from it, I think more than likely Lou will take Vanessa and them out because he's gonna be pissed and he's gonna think that Unique is responsible. But if that's not the case, then he might hold on to her until he gets further instructions on what to do with them. Yes, bro. It was that bad, bro. Hezekiah. It was that bad. It was bootleg version. This nigga in the Power Discord that I always troll that say Crank is Ghost. Sasha Penn said that Ghost and Tommy was years younger than Kanan. Shouldn't even be no debate. Right. And even when I said the thing about Crank, here's another thing. I always said, and I can pull the videos to prove this too. What I always said, now I ain't switch up with glad nigga. What I've always said is that Crank looks a little too old to be Ghost. Because I kept saying, because I've been saying this season 3. I said around this time period, Ghost should be around 12 to 13 years old. And Crank looks too old to be him. Don't make me pull out the footage to prove that's what I said, because I do it. Rock will survive being shot just like Howard survived being shot in season 1 of Raising Kanan. Kanan should meet Jarita this season. It might happen. Or it might happen in Legacy. But anyway, we just did a whole big deep dive on this Breeze topic. We can give a few more minutes on it, but I basically just spent almost a whole hour on Breeze. I'm about to get ready to transition over to Legacy. And then I still got to get the Force petitions out too. Because I'm probably going to go for like 2 hours tonight. Crank can't be Ghost for the most obvious reason. It's the fact that Kanan taught Ghost the game. Crank already knows the game and is playing the elf out of Kanan. Theory, Unique goes to kill Rock at her house, but Kanan takes her out first, just like Dre went to kill Ghost at True, but Tariq got to him first. Well, I did make a video similar to that. I didn't make the comparison with Tariq getting to Ghost first before Dre got to. I didn't make that comparison, but I did make a video saying that it's possible Unique was the one behind that, window. It did look like Kanan was looking at somebody behind her, and he shot him instead of Rock. I did make a video for like that for the people that believes Rock is still alive.
Thank you.
Why does it keep doing this?
Thank you.
History will repeat with Tariq and Tommy in Power Legacy. Let's go ahead and do that transition. All right. So, Power, I don't know, this is going to be book 5, book 6, book 7, whatever. Legacy, which is going to feature Tariq and Tommy, right? So, first and foremost, I want to address something because I know we now know that more than likely, I think we can say at a 95% chance that it was indeed Tommy who called Tariq at the end of book for Ghost. And more than likely, we're going to get the first crossover of Power. Well, no, that's not the first crossover because I think Blocker crossed over to Force. But the second crossover to Force with Tariq and his company, which more than likely will be Braden and Effie, and I would say Kane as well, coming along and to help him with the war that he got taking place in Chicago. But here's the thing. I know I made a video about this before, and of course, a lot of other channels has touched on it as well. Will Ghost pop up at the end of this season of Force? I know I would love to see it. I'm starting to slightly lose a little hope in it, but I would love to absolutely see this. And I think it is a possibility, and then maybe Ghost will actually show up in Legacy too. Keep this in mind. In case y'all are not aware of this, for the people that's not aware, there is a new Snowfall that is coming, right? And in this new Snowfall, it's going to be featuring Leon and Wanda, right? And it's going to take place in the 90s during the hip hop era and LA gang violence. So that's where it's going to be based around. And I was also told that Franklin will also be in this, but I don't think he's necessarily going to be a lead, maybe. I don't know for sure. but he's going to be in it. So could Power Legacy do the same thing? Like, of course, they told us about Tommy and Tariq already, and then later on, we find out that Ghost is also involved. That's a question for y'all with this legacy. Let me read some of these comments. Yeah, Breeze and Kanan might kill Unique like Ghost and Tommy did Milan. I mean, possibly. A lot of people contradict themselves, especially when making theories. Well, I try not to contradict myself. I'm not saying that I've never done it, but I try not to. Unpopular opinion, Tommy's story is running out of gas and Force hasn't been that great. Nah, that ain't no unpopular one. That's a fact almost. And that's why I've been saying it. And I think I seen a couple of other channels. I didn't look at their video, but I seen like the title of it. Them saying that they believe this is going to be the final run for Tommy in Legacy. And yeah, that's what I believe. I believe this is going to be the last season that we see of Tommy in Power. Well, not last season, the last series we see of Tommy in Power. Whether he gets arrested and be done forever, or he's going to be taken out. But I would say more than likely taken out, because Tommy don't seem like the type that'll ride in prison. Can't wait to hear the song for the spinoff Legacy. That junk gonna be cold. I agree with that. That junk gonna be cold. You wish the baby didn't die? I would have been mad. It would have been mad viable for the future. You know, let me touch on that real fast. I think it might be a possibility that the baby initially supposed to survive, but the cancellation of book two, book two happening out of nowhere, I think may have changed the outcome of the baby. Because keep in mind, there were set photos and behind the scene photos of Diana with a baby on the set. So I believe maybe originally that baby's supposed to survive and she had it, but they had to change it after the show was canceled and they was deciding to go go a different direction with the series. So who knows? Maybe they'll have another one later on. Mahoney got to be introduced in Power. I would hope so, because I mean, there was a character that a lot of people were interested in who it was. A lot of people think they were just something they threw out there because that was the name of one of the producers or something like that. But hey, you announced it on the show. You need to show the nigga. How the hell Tommy get Tariq number to call him? I mean, it could have happened after the exchange when, between them in season 3. Maybe they exchanged numbers then. I mean, we didn't see everything that happened before. They could have up-screen exchanged numbers. Or he could have reached out to Tasha. Keep in mind, Tasha knows it. He could have asked her. Tommy is gonna fake his identity again, perhaps so that he can go to New York. Amari Hargrave still gotta get paid the money he wants. Stars is too cheap. Well, you gotta remember that they did clear out a whole lot of money with Monet being gone. Now Shamik Moore is going to be taking up a good amount of it. But I think if they got rid of Patina Miller, then that money is still on the table. So they might have the budget. If Amari can agree to maybe like $500,000 per episode, it could work. Franklin Saint will be in the Snowfall spinout. Hopefully, we also get Queen Louie. I'm pretty sure. Louie will be in it. Cause why else would they have her still around? Cause they knew about the spinout way before it. Cause like I said, when I was on set for that last episode, they were talking about it. So yeah. Wild theory. Tommy dies the second time because of the heat from the feds and mafia in New York, finding out that he's still alive. He escapes Chicago and goes by the name Breeze. That would be crazy, but I do think that he will. I think it will be the mafia who take Tommy out, just like I believe the mafia will take Marvin out. Power Legacy will end with Tommy calling Tariq Ghost. Full circle moment. That could very much be possible. Also, for anybody that want to come up, like I said, the ones I'm familiar with, I'm gonna drop the link. That's just solely if you want to, because I think it makes it easier to explain certain stuff, and I think it's good for the content. But anyways, to deal with that, I could see that happening, Michael, and that could very much be the case for James with Breeze. I think it's possible that Breeze gave him that nickname right before he took him out because he was able to just appear in his house like that and he'd never seen him coming. And then once and he was like, you just like a ghost. I'm gonna call you Ghost or something like that. And then Ghost, take him out. And then that would make sense. Never see him come because they didn't see him. They didn't see him when he was entering. And then once he take them out, of course, you don't see him leave either because now you're dead. So that would make sense. And who knows? Maybe Tariq could do the same thing. Because it wouldn't surprise me if Tariq takes out Tommy. Because remember, I talked about this on the last live. I talked about that. Remember, Tariq's operation is already up and running in New York. If Tommy's journey is done in Chicago, more than likely, he's going to be heading back to New York. I don't see him going to LA because as cheap as Stars is, it would take way more money. Like if y'all knew how expensive it is for you to shoot something in LA, you would know that they more than likely not coming here. So it would be way easier for them to either shoot it in 50 Cent's new studio that he's building in Sweetport. I don't know how far along they are with that, or to just keep it in New York, or even shoot it in Atlanta. But coming to LA more than likely won't happen because it costs too much. But let's see. Yeah, I could see Tommy going out like Kanan. Possibly, yep. Tariq the new Ghost, Tommy the new Breeze. It makes sense. It makes sense. It could happen like that. Yeah, Tommy name being supposed to be Eddie O'Neill is crazy. But yeah, I did see that when Courtney was saying, and of course, Joseph Sakura talked about it on the Crew Has It podcast that originally that was going to be his name. Y'all keep listening to Support Gaming about that Mahoney mess. Mahoney will be in the Power Legacy. Power Legacy should feature Cash and Alicia Marie all grown up in the game. It could. It could, but I just hope it's different actors. With at least Cash, because that nigga was terrible. Unless he been getting acting lessons. But I would also say this, Cedric. If you're going to bring Cash and Alicia Marie, then you more than likely will have to heavily feature Yas as well. Because keep in mind, 2000, she's basically an adult now too. Because she's 16, 17. Tommy could change his identity to Eddie O'Neill. That'd be funny as hell if he did that. But anyways, I still believe Power Legacy will be in LA. They already have strongholds in New York and Chicago. Might as well go coast to coast. It won't happen, brother. I'm telling you. I'm telling you this as a filmmaker and a person that works in the industry. They are not coming to LA. If they want Kane did if it was to take place in LA, I would be absolutely shocked. I would be happy about it because I live in LA, and that means I'll be closer to it, and I definitely can work harder to try to get some ties in to be on it. But the likelihood of it happening super slim because it costs too much money. If they don't want to pay Amari Hawkwood the money he's asking for, they damn sure don't want to pay the taxes that it costs to film a set up in LA. You say it could be in Miami? You know what? Miami is starting to be more open and starting to come up with more sets. So Miami is a possibility. I can agree with you on Miami. Possibility. Do I think it'll happen? If I had to bet on it, no. But I would say that's probably a higher possibility than LA. They start calling Reek Ghost, I'm going to be spamming boo in every form. You seen that clip of 50 saying Ghost was supposed to die? Yes, I did. Yep. But that's not nothing new. That's like something he been said. He just so happened to bring it up again. But the fact that he's bringing it up again, the fact that he's bringing this up again kind of makes me think that Ghost might be still alive. Because the fact that 50 Cent trying to convince the viewers more and more that, the character's actually gone might mean that, that's not the truth. Because 50 Cent is a master manipulator and he's an internet genius. He knows how to get the crowd into talking about stuff and, making shit sell. So Power Legacy just gonna stay in New York. Doubt stars have the budget to fill. I agree with that support. It's probably gonna stay in New York. Just gonna be in New York. Too expensive to film in multiple cities. It would have been dope though. Yeah, it would have been. They should have kept. You said Miami don't have any taxes. I mean, I don't know about them not having any taxes, but I know for sure their taxes ain't nowhere near the bullshit that they got here. That's the reason why LA is losing so much business when it comes to the film. They should have kept Mecca alive and never turned him into a snitch. Imagine if Kane met Tommy while on the run and joined Tommy's organization. That would be very interesting. But more than likely, I would see Kane just going in Chicago, kicking up some dust, and then all of a sudden, Tariq end up running into him, and then he let Tommy know he knows him. That's how I can see it happening. I hope they build up cash to smoke Tariq for Tasha eliminating Lakeisha Grant. I know you hope you wish on Tariq downfall heavy, but that shit is not happening, nigga. More than likely. Yeah. Also, y'all, your boy birthday is Tuesday. I might do a live on it though. I know y'all probably like, what the hell this nigga doing working on doing a live on his birthday. But yeah, I just might do that. It depends. Am I gonna be on here all damn day? Absolutely not. Because later on at night, I'm gonna be doing other shit. But you know. If y'all want to jump through the live and stuff when I do it, just pay attention to the community. I'll let y'all know whether or not I'm doing it. Imagine Tommy calling himself Breeze in front of Kane, and then Kane introduced Tariq to him, and Tariq says, "What the F, Uncle Tommy?" That would be funny. Like he probably would be like Breeze. He probably, but at the same time, he might be on to it, you know. Because think about it. Think about it. He's gonna be on to the name Breeze because keep in mind he is aware of who Breeze is. So he probably gonna be like, what the hell? Who the hell calling themselves Breeze? And then it probably would make sense to him. Oh, Tommy. Lakeisha got herself killed. She the one that went for the guy. That slicker fact. So you said I'm a Cancer just like Fair Play. Fair Play a Cancer? Well, 50 Cent a Cancer. But yeah, I'm a cuss though, you know. We the best. The best cancers is the cuss cancers. Right in the between. So we get all the love, the Cancer and the Leo love. I don't think Tejada's story over yet. Yeah, I don't either. They definitely they just haven't announced it yet, but I can guarantee you there's another spinoff that's coming. There's been a lot of rumors about the London shit, you know, being in the European areas and all that. And it would make sense since, you know, they had Drew mentioning going to what were you talking about going to Paris or some shit, which is in that area. I can definitely see Tommy bullying Braden a little bit. He gonna definitely crack some jokes on his ass and shit like that. Support the cancer too. Don't get in here and start hating on us, DeMarcus. Yeah, it is obvious that Tariq is next and Braden is next Ghost and Tommy for sure. I got another question for y'all though. This is a topic I wanted to bring up since we're getting a little dry now. We're gonna add this in. Who was the better the better friend between Ghost and Tommy? And when I say who was the better friend between Ghost and Tommy, I mean like they friendship towards each other. Who was a better friend to? Was Ghost a better friend to Tommy, or was Tommy a better friend to Ghost? Mm. Damn it. All right, let's see what y'all was saying. Okay. Ghost did more, but Tommy more loyal. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Somebody said Ghost was the better friend. DeMarcus, Ghost. I'm with you, DeMarcus. It was Ghost. You said Tommy was a snitch. Okay, I don't know where you coming with that, because Ghost was damn sure a snitch. So that ain't having our calls right there. Tommy for sure. He a loyal wigger. Somebody else said all in said Tommy. Hey, y'all folks tripping right there. They both grimy, but I'll say Ghost. Thank you, support.
Yay! Tommy.
Ghost was better.
Tommy.
Yeah, it's not. They again, Tommy was loyal to the end as well. Ghost was he gave up the whole future to protect. Thank you. Now y'all looking at the thing. See, okay, what's our count though? Y'all forget that Tommy was a snitch eating Swiss cheese. Tommy would have got beat up every day growing up if it wasn't for Ghost. That's another great point. Thank you, Orange. That's another great point. But look, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. This is the reason why I say it's absolutely Ghost. And it's crazy. I had this same debate with my girl earlier today, right? Ghost is the better friend because y'all saying Tommy was loyal, and I'm not saying that he wasn't. But Tommy put what he wanted and what he thinks before the feelings of other. Like did Ghost always was Ghost always loyal to his own cause, like Tommy said in season 5? Yeah. But at the end of the day, Tommy, when it came down to Tommy and somebody else, Ghost always picked Tommy. Think about that. Did Tommy always pick Ghost? No, he did not. Now I'm gonna go down the line and show y'all. The very first conflict they had. First off, Tommy was gonna kill Angela once he found out that she was a prosecutor, knowing how much Angela meant to Ghost. Now let's fast forward to season 6, right? Season 6 of Power, episode 10. Once Tommy figured out that Ghost wasn't responsible for the death of Lakeisha, Ghost said, "Quote: You should have believed me from the beginning. I mean it, bro. I never pulled the trigger on anybody that you love. Not Holly, not Teresi, Lakeisha. I just wanted them all out of your life to protect you. That's all that was my only goal." Now, can Tommy say the same thing? No. Tommy tried to kill Angela every chance he got. He didn't give a damn about how that would hurt Ghost. Ghost didn't never touch anybody, even if it wasn't in his best interest. Because keep in mind, Teresi was a snitch. And he didn't kill Teresi because he knew it would hurt Tommy. Oh my God, who is this coming up? Who is Ghost is still alive? I need you to comment in the comment section because like I gotta verify people before they come up now. I'm sorry. So whoever Ghost is still alive is, I'm gonna need you to tell me who you are in the comment section, and I can decide whether or not to bring you up. Cause I got some 69 guys that be showing up on my live some of the time. Then nigga, your profile picture is Dr. Uber. I think you funny, whoever you are. But anyways, let me read some of these comments real quick. How the F was Tommy the snitch if Ghost set Kanan up to go to jail? Like, y'all, power dollars is dirt. Hey, I didn't say he was a snitch. I said Ghost was a snitch. I guess you're referring to DeMarcus, though. Yeah, if Ghost had listened to his father and Angela about going to Cho, he would have still been alive. But at the same time, Tommy wouldn't have survived. I don't think so either, because Tommy's not smart enough to survive in the game by himself. But yeah, and here's another thing. Think about this. When Tommy went to jail, Ghost had to burn Angela in order to get him off. When Lobos made a pitch to Ghost and said Tommy need to be taken out of the way, because he's dead weight. What did he do? He chose Tommy first. When pretty much whenever somebody was talking ill of Tommy and trying to get them, separate them, he never did it. Now, granted, did Tommy do it too? Yes. But Tommy did take a shot at Ghost. Like, we can't get past that. And if you ask me, his reasoning wasn't good enough. Yes, he manipulated him to a degree to kill his own father, but keep this in mind. The only reason why he did that is because his father was about to snitch on him. Like, Tommy, what would you have done if you knew Angela was about to turn you in? You would have took her out. We know this because you did it. So why are you so emotional about him getting you to kill your own father? I'm just saying. Ghost always chose him first when it came down to it. So let me too black, too strong. You said when you said me, I'm guessing you referring to you, the person that's on the that's trying to come up. Let me know. Too black, too strong. Is that you that's trying to come up? You say I'm not gonna troll you. Okay. I'm gonna take a chance on you, bro. But I'm just saying I had a 69 guy, bro. Let me read more of these comments. Go ahead and send another request. I'll go ahead and let you up. Tommy only got as far as he did because of the ghost. That is the truth. Tommy got a locating tracker from Angela and put it under Dre's vehicle and told Angela when to turn it on to catch Diego Jimenez making a drug deal. That's dry snitch. The final straw for Tommy was being manipulated by Ghost into killing his pops. Yeah, we know. Ghost and Tommy both were snitches. Tommy been looking for a new dad his whole life. Remember, TV dad was all he had as a kid. Yep. But I just think Ghost was a better friend to him. Also, not only was he doing more, he just did more. Like, let's be real. Tommy relied on Ghost way more than Ghost relied on him. Even when they was kids. That's why I bring up a new topic. Unless somebody else got something else they want to bring in there, I'm gonna bring in a new topic. Hold up, I got some damn y'all commented a lot. Hold up. Monet said when it's telling on other criminals, it's not snitching. Teresi said that shit too. All in. Teresi said you're only a rat when you telling on someone that you should be loyal to. If you're giving up somebody that you shouldn't be loyal to, then that's just business. I don't know if I agree with him, but he was the first one to say that. In Tommy mind, having a daddy was better than having a new puppy. That sounds like a snitching loophole. A snitching loophole. All right, so I'm about to bring in a new topic unless y'all got a new one to keep this thing going. Here's I got a I'm glad I got a lady subscriber in here right now. So let me ask some of the questions that I would love to have a woman's perspective in there. We already did the Ghost and Tasha one. This is another one that's based on Ghost and Tasha, but it's a different topic. Hold on. So here's another one. So as we know, at the end of the conclusion of season 6, and they was getting they basically, the lawyer was letting them know what Ghost left them. Tasha found out that Ghost didn't leave her any money, and she was just shocked about it. And I think a lot of fans were speculating on whether or not Ghost was right about this. Should Ghost have left Tasha any money? Now I'm pretty sure what most of the dudes go say. is that how to snitching? If you tell the laws, you wrong. So basically, what you saying all in is that you only a snitch if you messing with law enforcement, like you telling the law something that you shouldn't be telling. Right? Anytime, basically talking to the police. Just think, if Kanan wasn't hard headed and listened to Rock, he would have been exactly where Ghost was as a CEO. Elaborate a little bit more what you mean by that support. Tasha would have blown all the money away, to be honest. So support, I'm guessing your answer is no. Slam says no. All in, that's what they said, not B. Oh, okay. So what do you think of this question? Should Ghost have left Tasha some money after, in his will? I knew your answer was gonna be that. Of course, I knew that was gonna be your answer. Effing right, he should. He should have left her something. She had his kids. Okay, so we got one person so far that says Ghost should have left her some money. She and Keisha was blowing through money in the early seasons. They were. Tasha was a little bit money hungry for sure. Yeah, now he lost the love of his life. All right, yo. I'm gonna give a couple more answers. They say currently we got like what 17 people up in here. If you are in the chat, go ahead and share your answer of what you think. Should Ghost have left Tasha some money? I mean, Ghost would have probably left Tasha money if she didn't have their own son selling drugs. Tasha was what Ghost wanted her to be, and he made her live the lifestyle, and then wanted out after he had her mind blown from him. See, I was with you a little bit at first, all in. Now you about to drift into a lane where I can't follow you. That lifestyle stuff, that's all Tasha. Because if you're a good wife, if your husband to say, "Hey, it's time to hang this up and steer into a new direction," that's what you're supposed to do. Especially when the lifestyle that y'all are dealing with is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So if you're dealing with a dangerous lifestyle that threatens you, your husband, and your kids, you should have jumped at the new opportunity to make some legit cash and get out of that life. Her not cooperating kind of was a little bit disrespectful, because the fact that means that you didn't believe in him enough to to go legit and make money the right way. So hey, but shout out to DeMarcus. He gave a super chat. He said, "Happy early birthday, early ass nigga. Enjoy your day and many more to come." Big fat man, appreciate that. For much love to you, DeMarcus, man. Always been my top subscriber since you first subscribed to my channel. Been nothing but love and respect for you. Let's see what else we got in here. Tasha deserved absolutely nothing once she started doing that bullshit. She was setting up that man's death. Okay. All in says they should have been out way before that. I don't know if you can say they should have been out way before that because they hadn't been established that long. Keep in mind the lifestyle that we saw them living when the power first started. That was only going on for like 6 months. Cause that's what they told us that. They told us they only been working for Lobos for 6 months. So they were still trying to, make sure they have a certain lifestyle that they could make for their children. So I guess origins will kind of clear up, you know, what things was like before Lobos. Like they probably was making money, but not like how they making it, when we seen them. But I'm gonna go ahead and give my answer to that because I think everybody that's going to give their answer has spoken. DeMarcus said Ghost should have left Tasha some money in the will for at least a year. Them twins were half grown. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and give my answer though. Initially, at first, when I first, seen it, I said Ghost shouldn't have left her a damn thing. I agree. Then after we watching and stuff like that and thinking about it, I thought about he should have left her something. I'm gonna tell you why. I think he should have left her something because one, like you said, she's still the mother of their kids. So she did play her part in helping him build that empire. Regardless of how things turned out, she still did play a major part into helping. Even if you didn't leave her with a huge chunk, you should have left her something. Then he was petty enough to pay her mom's rent for a year, but made sure he didn't give her that. That was petty. But anyways, on top of that, last thing, reason why I think he should have gave her something is when Ghost went to jail because of the stuff with Angela. Think about this. Tasha was right there with him. She was working overtime trying to help get him out. She didn't have to do that. She could have left him right there to and pursued something else. But she helped get him out. She sat right there with him. So simply off that, her making sure he got out of jail, he owed her something. My opinion. You said Mama should have sold that house. Hold on, Grandma had a house. She did have a house, didn't it? Hold on, no, she was renting though. She didn't have a house because he said her rent was gonna be paid. So that means she was in an apartment or something. Then where the hell this rent shit come from? Cause I don't remember her having no house. But if she did, cause I know they showed her place in Book Two Ghosts. Was it a house or was it an apartment? I don't even remember. We can't forget that James St. Patrick had 3 clubs. Could have left Tasha a club in the will. Yeah, or something. We could have gave her something. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I get fellas the reason why we so hard on him, but he should have left us something. All right, I think I'm gonna introduce one more topic before I get up out of here, folks. We can discuss on.
Hey, what's a great night? What's my name?
That's her friend.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, last topic. Hold on. I'm trying to get this image. Here it is. What if? And this is just a topic we're gonna. It's not. We're gonna just talk on. What if Sean actually left New York when Ghost told him to, instead of going and approaching, Canaan, which was kind of dumb, like that. He just left New York with Tasha. What do y'all think the outcome would have been? Because if you remember in this scene, after Sean came and tried to, you know, make a booty ass attempt at taking out Ghost, he was easily dismantled. And Ghost took the gun from him and told him to leave New York and be a better man than what the man, and not the man that your father's trying to turn you into. So what if Sean would have actually listened to Ghost instead of going and confronting Canaan about what had happened and getting himself killed? He just left. What would have been the outcome? How do y'all see the storyline playing out if Sean would have just listened to listen to Ghost, and he obviously would have lived. Okay, so all in, you said Tasha would have been back. What do you mean by Tasha would have been back? Oh, I'm missing comments up here. Dang, y'all said a lot of comments while I was doing that. Damn, hold up. Tariq and Diana almost would have had the Ghost and Tasha lifestyle until they lost the baby. Yeah. Matter of fact, she was still about to get paid. Stern hired her for a job before her arrest, and that's because of Ghost. Ghost could have at least left Tasha a club and could. Okay, I saw that. Mom should have sold that house. She had a house babysitting. Saw that. Okay, hold up. Tariq and Diana almost had to go since Estelle Green didn't have a house. Yeah, I didn't think she had a house either. Ghost was renting out, so right. Ghost was renting that penthouse. Tariq and Raina were both named partially after their family. Tariq's middle name is James, and Raina's middle name was Estelle. Yeah. Estelle had a whole big house. I never understood why Tasha didn't go stay with her. Tasha resented Estelle for crushing her dreams of being a singer, telling me I wasn't good enough. Okay, so now I get why he said just because you didn't make it into Jesse's child doesn't mean someone's out for our daughter. That's crazy. Sean thought he was the main character with plot armor and believed he could get away with shit talking Kanan. I mean, I could kind of understand why he thought that because he was like, okay, I'm his son. He ain't gonna do me like that. But he, I guess he didn't. I guess his family. He must didn't meet their family because they could have told him how ugly his dad was. I guess they went around to tell him. Because Sean should have been born around 94, 95. So they're currently in 92 in Raising Canaan. So maybe majority of his family was taken out before that. Sean thought that he was the main guy. Raina would have resented Tasha for being with Sean. I could absolutely see that playing out. Support. Sean was a boy, not a boss. He could run him over and no more to feed her lifestyle. Go! I was thinking that too, Slayo. That's crazy that you put that. When you were busy effing around with Angela, I had Tasha's back. She deserves more than you. She deserves what? You, Sean? Yes, me. The whole show still being in 92 is lazy for me. All of that didn't happen in 1 year. Then again, Power Thailand always been messed up. Yeah. But my opinion, I think if Sean would have just listened to Ghost, and just left town, eventually, he would have contacted Tasha. And like Ghost told Tasha and Sean, I'm sure he'll reach out, but then you're gonna have to make a decision. You can either stay here with the kids, or go somewhere and live on the salary of a high school basketball coach. And the type of girl that Tasha is, we know she wouldn't have been able to deal with that. Eventually, she would have wanted more. Tasha wouldn't have been able, Sean wouldn't have been able to give that to her, and I think she would have left him. Now, how Sean would have turned out after that, I'm not sure, but I think Sean probably would eventually just went on and found him someone else. Probably would have found him another girl, which would have been the smarter play. And then, later. And then later on, I think so the rest of this timeline probably would have stayed the same because I think Ghost and Kanan would have still had their battle. I don't see why that would have changed. Let me read these comments. Hold up. Raina actually liked Angela. It did seem like she did a bit. Every person Ghost told to leave died. Let's see. He told Sean she died. He told Lakeisha she died. Holly, she died. You got a point there, girl. Damn. Who else he tell to leave? He told Ruiz to leave. He died. Damn. Hey, all in. I'm gonna say this. Folks need to learn to lead when Ghost tell them to lead there. Yeah, Tariq likes Sean, but I'm not sure he would have been too fond of seeing that Sean is his new dad now. Because that'd have been kind of crazy. He looked at Sean like a brother, not a damn daddy. Like, I think eventually Tariq would have resented Tasha for that too. Because she would have been the one who left. I could see that playing out. Like, would he ever gotten so angry with her that he possibly tried to take her out? Probably not. But I could see him having some kind of beef with her. And eventually he probably wouldn't have liked Sean no more. Tasha ended up with that weird mother effer at the store, though. Right, karma. Hey, so here's the question. Y'all think Tasha ever smashed that dude? Cause that was a weird looking. Hey, that's gonna be the new topic. Hold on. I said that I was gonna do one more, but now we gotta add that to it. That's crazy. Tasha getting some mad karma right now. She hurting bad. Like she been hurting ever since Ghost been out the picture. Boy, they been doing her bad. I might not be. It was. Huh. It was the same episode where he had that raggedy car. So they gotta be like episode 2, right? My bad, y'all. We're gonna have to bear with me. I'm trying to find that photo. If I don't find it, I'm just gonna say F it. I'm trying to find that little scene when she was with that dude. That little weird looking ass out there. This here go right here. I found it, y'all. Hey, look at Tariq. Hold on, hold on. I'm trying to pull it up for y'all. Hold on. This is funny, bro. Hold up, y'all. Look at Tariq. Look at how this nigga Tariq is looking at his arm around there. He's like, hold up. What this ass nigga doing? He like, mama, you down bad. You don't went down to this. But no, for real though. Y'all think she was actually doing something with that man? Or, she just had his little weak egg tricking on her. What was the situation? I don't know his name. DeMarcus, you know this little ugly ass dude name? If anybody knows, it's you. So hold on, let me go back to the comments where I left off. They should have kept Sean alive and his character become dark over time like his pops, but he was built for it. Hey, that'd have been good support. I agree with that. That would have been actually a cool little outcome. Like after Tasha left him, he became a monster, and then he later on became a villain. Yeah, that'd been cool. You said Power got too many quotable scenes. Absolutely. Ghost should have told Tariq to leave. Wow, so Tariq could have died. Y'all niggas wilding today. Ghost told Maria Suarez to leave too. He sure did. That's crazy. Every single one of them folks died, bro. Man, that is crazy. Tommy and Forrest told Vic and Gloria to leave Chicago and follow the route he gave them, and Vic didn't listen and got Gloria killed. Yeah, but this nigga Ghost got history. We just named 5 people that this nigga told to leave that died. Not at all. That was weird. Tariq would have looked at Tasha bad too. Yeah. Imagine if both Raina and Tariq resented Ghost and Tasha for cheating. Tariq knowing this would have made him less upset at Ghost. Facts. I agree with that all in for sure. Ghost told Tariq to do the jail time and Tariq didn't die. Now, see, that's not the same thing. He didn't tell him to leave. He told him to just confess. That's not the same. You said, hope not. I'm guessing you talking about referring to this bomb right here. Tasha is for the streets, for real. Tasha dating the offensive coordinator for Logan High School. Look at that. Damn, Tasha doing bad, man. No, Tariq would have killed that nigga on the spot if he was legit. This is what messed up all the good things about Tasha, messing with weirdos. All right, so all in. What about Terry Silver? Was he a weirdo too? I think she shouldn't have been messing with Terry Silver, but I mean, if he so happened to not have been Ghost's lawyer, then maybe he could have turned out to been a good match for her. Yeah, Ghost got his ass. Terry Silver was just the future version of Salim Hashay Freeman. Yep, Salim was just like Terry Silver, jealous rage. Hmm. I mean, but how was both of them having a jealous rage though? Because both of them was soft. They didn't have no rage. You ask me, there was two beta males that ended up getting taken out by the bigger man. That's what happened if you ask me. Yeah, see, what happened with Salim was he thought he was Salim, and then Tariq had to remind him that he was Trevor Nelson. And then Terry Silver, well, I think Terry Silver knew that he couldn't mess with ghosts like that. But see, that's when simping goes. Well, hey, I should have put Terry Silver on that simping list too, huh, DeMarcus? Because Terry Silver was one of those when simping goes wrong situations too. I mean, yeah, you got to smash Tasha a few times, but was it really worth it? Because you knew even though he didn't know for sure, he knew in his heart of hearts, Ghost was the killer. And you also knew that he wasn't going to be too fond of you doing that. So he put himself in that position. You like Terry Silver, nigga? Why? Hold up, I don't miss more comments. They was messing with they girls, and they looked at them like clowns. Right. Even though Diana wasn't really Tariq girl. Terry Silver was decent for Tasha. No, I think yeah. If you're talking about a decent match for her, yes, but it's just circumstances made it not good because that you went with somebody that was connected to Ghost. Like, why can't you just get like the one that like when she got with the Quentin dude? That was all right because at least Ghost didn't know the man. You went with somebody that he didn't know. Sean was somebody that he raised damn near like a son, and you went to go smashing him. That was foul. Then Terry Silver was somebody he hired for a defense lawyer to get him out, and then you go start messing around with him. That's low too. Like, go and find you acting like you can't find a man that's not attached to the ghost. Well, Silver was bold. He called Ghost personally in his face. I know what kind of man you are, James. Right. And he showed you too. Yeah, and then right. Oh man, that's the crazy part. The one dude that Tasha had that actually could have been good for her, like no attachments to Ghost. It just was a genuine, you know, love interest. She did the man wrong. Tried to set him up, and he had a kid. It's crazy. That's why she getting her karma. She right here with that offensive coordinator, like my boy said. She right here with Jake from State Farm before he became the new dude. Y'all remember the first Jake from State Farm? They had on the red shirt and the khakis. She got she with some nigga from the nigga from Supermarket Sweet. She with some nigga, the nigga for the founder of Wendy's. Yeah, he got Ghost out of prison, but it's like Ghost said. Then he got you off. He ain't had to start messing with that man wife after that. You said Tasha body count messed her character up. Well, I don't know. I mean, I like it? Of course not. But if you think about it, Tasha and Angela had the same, I think, body count. I believe. So let's go down the line. Tasha smashed Ghost, Sean, Terry, and Quentin. So that's four people. Angela smashed Ghost, Greg, uh, what's that dude name? Steve, whatever. The dude that was over her that showed up in season 5. You know what I'm talking about? Steve Tavio or something. And so she had 3. So Tasha had 4. She had 3. Tasha wanted to get back at Ghost for cheating since day one, so she been with every nigga to make him jealous, and she failed. Tasha was letting Andy Reid touch it. Hey, y'all ain't for the drag Tasha like that today, man. That ain't what we was supposed to be doing. Went from a drug kingpin to lackey to a lawyer to regular dude. Now she with the employee of the month. But Tasha was supposed to be better and the mother figure. That's why most of the men power fans bring up her cheating. She was out of pocket for that. I'm glad a woman is saying that. Finally, one of them that understands it. Because that is the truth. Like, I'm not trying to dig into that stuff. We talking power, but yeah, it's not the same when a woman does it as when a man does it. I don't know why they think they can get even. You can't. It's not. You're not made to do that. Here go to Terry Silverade. What you mean, Terry? So Demarcus, I understand why you like Ronnie. I understand why you like Kane. Let me see who else you was a fan of. Like I understand them people, the people that are antagonists. That you like the bad guys. What is your purpose for liking Terry Silver? Because I don't get it. Next spinoff Tasha gonna be with Kane, bro. That'll be wild. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, though, support. If some kind of way, if that happened, Tariq would kill Kane. Cause that's one thing that he ain't gonna tolerate. You ain't about to be smashing my mama, bro. That's gonna be like LeBron and Delonte West all over again. Everybody ain't gonna let him do that. Effie might get her for that. I hope not. You said Effie might get her for that. Drop the link. Okay, hold up. I had dropped it earlier. Kane with Smoke Tyson. Of course, you said that. They still were both wrong about the kids in the game, though. Who are you referring to when you say they were both wrong? Because Ghost never wanted the kids in the game. Steve Tapio, yeah, that's who I was talking about. Tasha is the worst mother in the power. That's a lie. I already did a video on that. Now I'm not. We ain't for to do Tasha like that. She is absolutely not the worst mother. The worst mother is easily between Rock and Monet. You ask me, is Rock. Or you can even make a case for Kay Egan. But there's no way you can say it's Tasha. Effie gonna likely want to get back with Tariq again. I can see that happening. Ghost and Tasha, if he didn't want them in the end, but they were half grown when he wanted to leave. Well, I think no. So I'm gonna say this all in. Ghost's whole plan, if you really pay attention, he just wanted to do the drug game long enough so that he could sustain, so he could obtain enough money to be able to put his kids through college. And if you really pay attention, his dream was to own a nightclub just like his father. If you pay attention, once he got the nightclub, which is where Power originally starts off, that's when he wanted to get out of the game. He just wanted to do it long enough to get the club together, and then he know he can run a legit operation, and then get out. I mean, Tariq and Rainer were still pretty young. They were only about 10 years old. So that, who knows? Maybe when they was 5 or something, they were still struggling. That could have been the case. And remember, Ghost and Tasha both agreed that they didn't want their kids to feel the struggle and the hunger that they felt when they were growing up. They said that Tasha told Tariq that in what episode was that? It was in season 5. It was in season 5. That's all I know. I can't remember the exact episode, but it was in season 5. Tasha and Ghost and Tasha, if they didn't, okay, Effie Bobs is the worst. We don't know enough about Effie Mom, so I can't say that. I mean, she probably will end up being a candidate later on, but we don't know enough about her to say that. We don't know what happened, where she's been, how was she as a mother, and all that. We don't really know. But it do seem like I get what you just out the little bit that we do know. She can be. I guess she can get nominated. Terry helped Ghost get out of prison. What? Who cares about Terry getting? Terry was just doing his job. They ain't got no. I don't know why in the way they'll make you a fan of that nigga. Knowing Tariq like father like son, he gonna simp and take Effie back. Even a little bit we know about Effie's mom. I think Effie was the best match for him though. She's the best match. And I mean, if he wasn't in the game, Lauren would have been the best match. But the fact that he is, Effie is the best match. Even a little bit we know about Effie's mama, she's the worst mother than Tasha. Yeah, I agree. She's a worst. Tasha is up there for the best mother, not the worst. So I agree with you on that. But to be able to compete with Rock and Monet and Kate Egan, shoot, even Rock their mama. What's that? I can't even think of Rock mama's name right now. But yeah, even Rock their mama, she was a terrible mother for what we saw. But like I said, we don't know enough information about Effie's mom to really claim she's worse than them. Move out of the city, move from the immediate danger. Just making a move like that ain't now just that easy like that. And I think they both wanted to live a certain life, like a rich life where everything's taken care of. I think that was agreed upon both of them. The problem is Tasha didn't know when to get out because they had it all during that time. Like she said, we already have it all, which means you should have got out the game. I respect Monet more as a partner, a parent. Her kids knew what was up with her outside of Zeke. I don't know. You got a point there about the Effie situation. The fact that Effie's mom did know she got violated and didn't do that about it, you probably do got a point. It might just be Effie's mom. Terry got him out of prison, then got strangled by a necktie. You right there. There we go. All in Joyce. Joyce was pretty bad too. It's funny how all the theories about Effie's mom being Crystal or Ramona, nobody expected her mama to actually be a white woman. Y'all forget that Kane is shooting at Tasha for spraying up Monet. Georgetown was not the worst mother in the power. She's one of them. I ain't say she's the worst. She's definitely one of them. And yeah, every mom could be tied to the Italians for sure. You say I low key like Tasha. Tasha is trash. You right. I low key do. I ain't gonna lie to you. In a way, I do like her. Yeah, but she's still nowhere near the worst mom. So it's just it is what it is. Kate lied to Tommy all his life about his pops being dead, then constantly left him to fend for himself while she got high on drugs. Facts. That's why I said Kate Egan is absolutely up there. Effie's mom looked like a Melissa, dude. They should put her in Legacy. I don't know if they will, but they should. Like, I'm gonna go back to my original point about the ending of Book Two Ghost. I think a lot of these storylines that we was like, oh, they butchered Book Two Ghost ending because there was so many unanswered questions. I believe initially they were going to answer a lot of those questions, but the show being canceled prevented it. So they're gonna have to push out a lot of those answers in the new spinoff, which more than likely will be Legacy. Don't let Kane and Tasha meet. It's going to clap. Right, I swear, if y'all turn out to be right about this, bro, this is gonna be so crazy. I would like to think they wouldn't do this, bro, but this would be so crazy if they did this. I like George Thomas and see where Kanan got his meanness from. Nah, he got this shit from Rock. She may play a part because Effie had her in her phone as mom. She may tie an end to OG Power. Hell, the Italians. I mean, hell, the Tejadas called Monet Monet. They did. They called her Ma in certain situations, but a lot of times, yeah, they called her as Monet. But you know what I'm starting to think? I think that's a Caribbean culture thing, possibly. Here in America, us, we don't call our parents by their first names, but I've seen a couple of times where they do that. So maybe that's a Caribbean culture thing. It may, if somebody here is from the Caribbean, they can answer. In fact, hold on. So apparently that's not a Caribbean thing. uh, so I don't know. Yeah, they called her Monet, and they called their dad Lorenzo too, though. Well, no, because Diana called her Poppy, and Drew did too. The only one really called him Lorenzo was Kane, really, and he called him Poppy too. But some of the times he referred to him as Lorenzo. It's on script for her to do something like that. Marcus, what are you referring to? Rock was a snitch too. Of course, Rock was a snitch. Rock is up there with the goat of snitching. Rock be snitching ass out. Why power make all the women characters manipulative and male characters some simps, with the exception of Kanan. Every other male power character is a sucker. Now Marvin not either. You got to say Marvin as well. Marvin ain't playing with these hoes out here either. I would stop watching Power if Kane's fast. Tasha. Okay, so DeMarcus, what if he did it on some revenge? So on some revenge shit, kind of like what Kanan was talking about when he was, fighting Ghost. When he was talking about he when he was in prison, he thought about making him um watch Tasha why he smashed her or something like that and throwing you off your bougie ass crib out the top of your bougie. So what if he was smashing her on some revenge stuff? Like he tricked her just to smash her to be able to tell Tariq he did it. Rock was like a Black Widow. Yeah. Did Rock snitch on Defcon? I believe she did. I'm pretty sure she did. Because you could tell the way Unique was talking on what was that? Episode 7 when he told her I ain't high post B or Defcon either. I think Rock snitched on Defcon, high post. And I still, like I said, got my theory that she may have snitched on Marvin. I could be wrong about that, but hey. Oh, see, Marcus just got his head right. Snitched on Marvin. I think she did too. It wouldn't make sense for Kane to smash Tasha. Hey, you just never know. You gotta wait till the storyline play. But me personally, I seriously doubt they go that route. Seriously doubt it. Even Unique is a simp. He shot the lawyer for no reason, all because he saw Rock with him. I think so too, and had to take jukebox. High Post was set on fire for snitching. Yeah, but I believe Rock was the actual snitch. She just blamed it on, set it up to make it seem like High Post was the one who did it. And I can guarantee you, season 5 is probably going to reveal that. Like who knows? Maybe Rock. It might because how I seen it. If Rock does die, I think it's going to be similar to how when Angela dies. When Angela died in season 6, episode 1. So Rock would pass away in episode 1 of season 5. And probably in in her deathbed, or like I think it's a possibility she might go into a coma. Maybe during her coma, she could end up having visions, and they show us flashbacks of what happened to High Post, what happened to DEFCON. Kind of similar to what they were showing us with Monet, how she was having those flashbacks. Jukebox conversation, she basically told Rock she saw her doing a lot. Yeah. Basically, she was letting her know there's a lot of stuff you think I don't know that I do. You can't trust Rock or that wig. Unique asked that lawyer, how was it, huh? It was good. Did he say that? I don't remember that part. I remember him saying, so are you effing her? And then he hit her and hit him. And then he was like, because if you effing her, Vince Lee She effing you too. I don't remember the other part though. He didn't even give the effer a chance to act. Right. You might just hit the man. Tom Branford and Kanye will smoke unique. Possibly. But anyways, peeps, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Appreciate everybody that was been through here consistently, rocking with me throughout this live. We've been here for the 2.5 hours. Solid time period, about close around the time I expected to cut off. So, any last things, remarks, questions that I want to go ahead and share, you can go ahead and put them through there now. Because I'm probably going to stay on here maybe 10 more minutes at the most. That is funny that they decided to name that nigga Branford. I don't know what's the reasoning for that, but hey. It would be crazy if Breeze grew up privileged and spoiled. Could be. It would be a little crazy. What cities do you think they will go to in the Legacy or Force? Like I said, I think I touched on it earlier. They Force is going to end in Chicago, probably with them heading to whatever city that Legacy is going to take place in. I mean, and in my opinion, I think they're going to stay in New York. That's just how I see it. Like I've been seeing people teasing, saying Tommy was talking about going to LA, so maybe he's going to finally go to LA. Doubt it. Because like I said, it costs too much to film here. Even though our governor did just give us a tax break, he didn't give us nowhere near enough that it really would matter. But I will say this: it does. The tax break that he gave us does equal the same as New York. So now that I think about it, that does give it a possibility. But more than likely, that script was written way before our governor passed that bill, because he passed that bill maybe a month ago. So seriously doubt it that it's going to take place in LA. And Atlanta, I think, could be a possibility because a lot of productions film in Atlanta. So maybe Atlanta could be one of them. But it just doesn't make sense for me for Tariq to leave New York when he has an operation there, unless something happens that he lose everything there and have to move on. So I guess it all depends on the storyline of Legacy. But more than likely, they stand in New York. Imagine the boss of Ghost Tommy and Kanan being a rich kid all along.
Bless me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
If he has to expand and the Tejadas got people down south. Yeah, the Tejadas do got family in Atlanta. That's what um Lil Durk's character teased, talked about. But Lil Durk is currently in prison right now, right? I don't think that nigga got out. So they would have to change that. But yeah, that's why I gave it a possibility that it could be Atlanta. And Atlanta is cheap to film down there. Plus, keep in mind that 50 Cent has now been doing some business with Tyler Perry. So perhaps, he could end up filming in some of Tyler Perry's studios. If Tariq go broke again to work for Tommy, would be crazy. It would be crazy, and that's why I said I could see some conflict with it ending with Tariq taking Tommy out and getting the name Ghost, because I just can't see Tariq wanting to work under his uncle after he already built his operation there, and I also can't see Tommy wanting to work for his nephew. So that's going to be a conflict. Yeah, I mentioned Sweetport too, all in, because that's where 50 Cent is building his studio. But my question with that is will Sweetport be up and running when it's time to film Legacy? Because Legacy is probably going to start up in 2026. So then that's right around the corner. We already more than halfway through this year. So Simon Stern will have Tariq under his thumb because of the death of Bash. I mean, I don't know. He would have to be able to prove that it was him. Power Legacy could be in Washington D.C. That could be an option since it's close to New York, and then they already got ties in D.C. So yeah, that could be a possibility. If Tariq killed Tommy, the fans gonna hate him all over again. Probably even more after what he did to Ghost. I think it depends on how it happens, but yeah, you could be right. AI got it. What do you mean by AI got it? They would have to make Tommy become a hated character to justify it. Yeah, that's what I said. Like Tommy probably would turn into an absolute, which I believe Breeze is gonna have the same thing. I think that's how Breeze's character is gonna end. At first, when Breeze first come to the picture, he's gonna be cool, but I think he's gonna get so obsessed with money and power that he starts to do stuff that's kind of shady. And like I mentioned earlier, he's gonna care about the power aspect of things. I mean, the business aspect of things so much that he's gonna ignore that. He's gonna ignore that. Hey, we're also still human. Like everybody. Sometimes you got to bend the rules because of morals and love, which is something that his lands might not might not know what it is. I mean, you said in the studio use the technology. Are you referring to possibly using AI to make this stuff? Because I can tell you right now, they're light years away from actually being able to make films that are good enough that can compete with humans. Like you can make stuff that's watchable with AI, but it's not sustainable to make full series with right now. Like shit gonna turn out to be like that video that I just made about that Alejandro had on his page. Shit gonna turn out like that, which is ass. It's likely gonna end with Tariq killing Tommy because they both want the top spot, and Tommy is a crash out. We've seen multiple examples through the series that he is hard to deal with. Right, that's what I believe too. Elisa Marie or Isabel Ruiz could eliminate Tommy. I doubt it'd be Isabel, but I could see possibly Elisa Marie being involved. Yeah, AI ain't ready for that yet. AI is not that advanced. You can use AI to take over simple stuff. Like if you wanna, like you just said, for background, yeah, maybe you could possibly get it to do background, which still sucks because it's taking money out of a lot of people's pocket. But um principal acting, no, it's still far away from being able to do hour-long series. Let it shoot, it struggles to even do a 5-minute piece, and it'd be efficient enough that you can keep viewers to watch AI opposed to actual humans. Tommy is difficult to work with. He wants things done his way without objection. Right. The other ones he kind of like actually was, answering to was Ghost at the beginning. Then after that, he started, not wanting to listen to him too. So yeah, like I said, Tariq is gonna face a lot of difficulties when it comes to that. And I think Tariq is gonna get to the same point where I think we might see it going. I'm gonna make a video about this too, but we're gonna see it go full circle where Tariq is gonna see exactly why um Tariq is gonna see exactly why Ghost killed Breeze. He's gonna be like, damn, Uncle Tommy is becoming exactly who my dad has described Breeze to be to me right now. I understand him so much now. And I think we in Legacy, we might see Ghost. I mean, we might see Tariq going to Ghost's grave a whole lot. And you know what I'm saying? And letting him know that, damn, I understand you so much now, things that I just couldn't, you know, wasn't able to see when you were alive. But I'm gonna try to do you proud, or something like that, or this is the path that I must take, or something like that. I could just see him doing that because I think Tommy's gonna become Breeze. It would be interesting if Paz came come after Tommy and Tariq with Don Carter and Power Legacy. That would be great, actually, DeMarcus. I would love to see that. Because I think they'll make a great storyline. They both lost someone. Well, Paz lost someone dear to her that we know Tariq took out. Then, of course, Carter will want revenge after what has happened to him at the closing of book 2. My birthday plans, honestly, I ain't too sure what I'm doing. I got somewhat an idea. But I mean, be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure on that yet. What would be sad to That would be sad to see Tommy go like that. It would, but that would actually make a great story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Carter absolutely is going to come for them. It's a reason why they had him get arrested instead of getting killed. He's absolutely coming back. Don Carter, the best antagonist, he will be behind the scenes like Kanan in Power Season 1. I don't know if he's the best, but he was absolutely one of them. If he wasn't the best. Terry Silver was actually a better attorney than Davis McLean and was cheaper. He nigga, you tripping. That nigga was nowhere near a better attorney. Was he cheaper? That part is true. Better? Absolutely not. Because Terry Silver won't bend the rules to make sure you get off. Davis McLean absolutely would. Like how he let Tariq listen to that tape of Lauren. There's no way Terry Silver would have did that. Carter shook them up for wait. Hey, Carter was my nigga though, for real. That nigga was on their ass. I loved it. He was on their ass, boy. Wonder if all the lawyers knew each other. Imagine, you know what, y'all? Before I get out, I want to show y'all. I think I got it on here. If I don't, then I'll do it in another live. But let me see, do I have it? This is gonna be my last thing for real. Then I gotta get off here. Is this it? Where is it at? Damn, don't look like it's on here. Yeah, I ain't got it on here. Oh well. Guess I had to do it on another one. Wonder if all the lawyers knew each other. Imagine if Davis knew Proctor and Terry. Well, with all of them being top-notch lawyers in New York, they should have known each other. Especially with all of them being criminal defense lawyers. So I'm pretty sure they had to have known each other. There's no way they didn't. I slick called it when I said Breeze was Snaps Jr. What are 3 things you want to see happen in season 5 of Raising Kanan? Okay. Well, absolutely, we have to see Ghost and Tommy. That's one that absolutely has to happen. I want to see the shootout scene that Kanan was referring to in season 2 of the original Power, episode 9, when he said, "Spray that mother effer like it's 1992." Like when he said that, I want to see that scene to see what that was. And let me see. I look forward to seeing Breeze watching Jeopardy. So there, I would say there's three things I would look forward to. Oh, and if hold on, seeing who Ghost's dad is and like the death scene of him, but I think that might happen. Now, honestly, I think that's gonna happen in Origins. So I'll keep my first three because I don't think that's gonna happen in season 5. But yeah, that'll be it for me. It's time for Medina and Blanca to go. Medina been here a minute. Tamika Washington was a better attorney than Davis. Tamika was good. I don't know if I'll say she was a better one, but Tamika definitely was good. And Tamika though, she's like the same with Terry Silver though. She's not going to bend the rules. That shootout scene might reference some wild shit him and Breeze killed mercilessly. Yeah, and that's something I definitely look forward to. Y'all give Davis too much credit for being an attorney. Now we don't. We just seen that man do some cold stuff to get his people off. I mean, me personally, I pick Proctor over him. I just think Proctor was, but at the same time, I don't even know about that though. Because what is this? Uh, the common theory is that Kanan and Breeze killed Ghost Pop, and I don't agree with that support. I think half of that is right. I think Breeze has something to do with it, but I don't think Kanan did. But like I said, I'm gonna do a video on that to explain it. Probably knock that out for tomorrow. Paula exposed Davis as being an attorney. How she exposed him? Just saying that she helped him and stuff like that. So what? I hope Tommy meets Marvin before he dies. I think he will. I think he will. Because like I've been saying, I think that handshake stuff, somebody got to teach that to them. And I don't think Kanan taught it to him. I believe one of the uncles probably taught it to him. Tamika was for Tariq. She was good. She was good. Tasha out. Yeah, like I said, Tamika was good. She just like I said, she won't bend the rules. What I want to see in season 5 is the reason why Tommy called jukebox a crazy. That's something to look forward to. Absolutely. What is it that she does that is gonna kind of probably spook them a little bit that Tommy called her a crazy bee? Yeah. But anyways, Kalinga, I know you just got up in here, but you don't call me at like towards the back end. I'm about to get ready to close out. Tariq and Braden will smoke Tommy together in his apartment while he watching Dr. Phil. He sure did. They did say you watched Dr. Phil at the beginning. Season 1. That would be crazy as hell if that actually happened. All right, though, Kalinga, bro, for sure, though, um, I'm gonna try to start doing some a little bit earlier because I do know folks be having to get up for work and stuff like that, especially with majority of my people being on the East Coast. So try to do some earlier some of the time so that everybody can catch it. I hope he writers sneak young pink sneakers in there, and they could subtly reveal her during a basketball game. That'd be crazy as hell if they put pink sneakers up in there. But anyways, though, yep, that's it for tonight's live, people. Appreciate all of y'all, but I'm about to go ahead and check out.